All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we have another beautiful Sinn watch on the channel. I love showing Sinn watches because they're a watch guy's watch. They're truly a tool watch, and they're built for specific reasons, and they're just a get it done watch. This watch comes to me by way of CW Watch Shop. I want to thank the folks over at CW Watch Shop for getting this here on the channel. If you guys are looking for this watch or another luxury watch in your life, check out the links down below to CW Watch Shop and see if they have something over there for you. So. Great watch, guys. Again, this is a pre-owned watch. It's a 2008 model. As you can see here, the watch is going to come with double box. It has all the information, your warranty card and everything from 2008 when this watch was purchased from Watch Buys. But really, really incredible watch. I'm going to go ahead and grab it here, and we'll get it up here a little bit closer to the camera and just check out the condition of this watch. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the condition of the watch. It's in really, really nice condition. Of course, with the polishing, you have a little fingerprints there from me, but no big deal. But for a watch of this age, I'm just really impressed with how clean it is. Even the strap, I'm not sure if somebody at some point replaced the strap on it, but the watch is in really, really impressive condition. So if you guys are not familiar with these Sinn 103 STSAs, they're very, very popular watches, very well made, pilot style chrono, not even a pilot style watch, but a true pilot's watch from Sinn. Now, these watches have been around for quite a while. I know when they originally came out, they had a limited edition run of 300 that had patinaed indices on them and whatnot. Those are pretty tough to come by. This is one of the standard models. Very, very well built. Like I said, tool watches and very purpose built. Specification-wise on the case on this watch, guys, you have a 41 millimeter case from side to side. Comes in slightly over 47 lug tip to lug tip. Now, here's the big one. This thing comes in at 17. I measured 16.9 millimeters, but you're basically at 17. But there's a couple reasons why it is that big, and we'll look at that as we get more into the watch. There you can see the signed crown on the watch, very nice. And you have 20 millimeter lug openings. Now, this watch was available or is available on a stainless steel bracelet. This happens to be the leather strap model. It does bring the price down a little bit. This is a pre-owned watch, and like I said, it's available at CW Watch Shop. Link will be down below in the description. So awesome dial layout here on this watch. I mean, just really, really nice pilot style dial. The chronograph movement in this watch is the Valjoux 7750. So it's a truly useful and functional watch. Go ahead and unscrew the crown here. Show you guys how the chronograph functionality works on this one. Both of these are screw down pushers on this watch and screw down crown, because you do get 200 meters of water resistance, which is pretty impressive, in these modern Fliegers like this, these Flieger chronographs, they're getting 200 meters of water resistance. Very, very nice. So clean sweep of that chronograph hand moving around there. Very nice. 30-minute track right up here, subdial here, keeping track for that minute hand moving around there, that second hand for the chronograph. Down here, you have a 12-hour count for your chronograph. So really great, especially on a pilot's watch where you're going to time maybe long sections of flights or anything like that. You have that 12-hour counter there. This is your standard running seconds over here at the 9 o'clock subdial. So very, very nice to always have that running there. We'll go ahead and stop it. Get this chronograph reset here. See that clean snap back, and we'll screw down the crowns, the pushers, I should say. You also, with the Valjoux 7750, it's a 25 joule movement. It's a 28,800 vibrations per hour movement. You also get day and date functionality over here, and it runs at about 42 hours of power reserve. The case is polished. Most of the case is polished, as you can see. Actually, I do believe pretty much all of it is polished. This little screw here, guys, is where you're going to have your, I do think it's a bronze or a copper sulfate capsule that they put in there to indicate whether the watch has been, there's been a compromise to the waterproofness, I should say, of the watch. So there's your inside of your lugs, very nicely done. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over here. We'll open this leather strap. It's a really high quality. Now, there you can see where there is some wear, obviously, where the dies have gone through. But there is your Valjoux 7750. Not a really, anything really fancily done. Sinn has decorated the rotor slightly and put their name on there. But other than that, it is a Valjoux 7750. Now, talking about the thickness of the watch. Now, this is a sapphire crystal on the case back here. And a lot of times you'll see a flat sapphire crystal. But because I do believe the size of this movement and overall, this is actually domed. And it's pretty heavily domed, probably at least a millimeter on the back of the case back crystal. And then you also have this domed sapphire crystal on the front. So, you probably actually, without the dome of the crystals, you're probably looking at about 15 millimeters of thickness, but it wears extremely well. We'll get it on my 7-inch wrist here and show you guys here in just a second. It wears really well. And I have to admit, My Laco Cuxhaven has the sapphire crystal on the case back, and they warm up to your skin, and there's something special about a sapphire case back on a watch. So the bezel on the watch is bidirectional. You know, this isn't a dive watch. Of course, with 200 meters water resistance, it can pretty much be used for anything. But in the traditional pilot style, it's a bidirectional bezel. So let's go ahead and pause it for a second, get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and then stick around and we'll check out how much lume this one still has left on it. So when you're looking, you know, straight down on this watch, obviously a 41 case is a great size. I have a 7-inch wrist, so 47 lug to lug is very nicely done. You know, even turning it to the side here, it does not look too thick. Excuse me, I gotta move this watch here to show you guys here, but it doesn't look too thick, you know, sitting on the wrist. It actually wears very, very well, even at that 17 millimeters of thickness. But you know, these, like I say, these are just pure tool watches. That's what I love about Sinn and what they do is their watches, or I should say Sinn, their watches are just purely purpose-built watches. You know, this isn't their, I don't believe this is their submarine steel. It may be, but they're, you know, they're ice-hardened submarine steel they use in some of their U1s and everything. I mean, they're just really impressive watches, and they're built to get the job done. So let's go ahead and dim the lights and check out the lume. All right, now this watch is 13 years old, but actually just turning off the studio lights, you can see that the watch has a lot of glow left in it. You know, I mean, the German they're going to lay this lume on this watch very heavily. And yeah, I mean, you're not going to have any problem with the lume on this watch, even at its age. It's really, really impressive still, heavily laid on the watch. But guys, like I said, this watch is available at CW Watch Shop. If you're interested, check the link down below. This watch will probably end up on Marshall Time, so check his channel also, guys. I'll leave the link to his channel over there in the description. You like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.